Do we have voice now? Hey. Yes. So we have game, we have voice, got my beautiful face, ready to begin. All right. So without further problems, hopefully, here we go. This is a love story. Load game?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Thank you very much, Violet. Got this for Christmas.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I know, Constant. Me neither. Let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Let's go to the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I sound like me again. Too bad you can't talk back. That would make for quite a chaotic chat, I think. And you're right, this isn't where my VOD cut off. I wonder...
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Okay, so this is not my first time down here.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Why don't you come up and see me sometime?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
That's what the knife is for. Talks to the nearest step forward. Yeah, let's just go straight on this time. Still, you know, step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
I mean, you're
I'm probably
to the
chained up
wall.
in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
There's the gamble.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I want to see what just listening to the narrator does this time.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
What am I? I've been spending too much time in VR because I had the temptation to just look down. Wait, really?
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm
Really?
almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder,
How is she talking with her?
do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's
I had
convinced
hoped.
she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
She feel like she has this trick up her sleeve. Well, if she's not breathing. No, that was too easy.
It's over. Don't get all worked up.
Narrator, you're a prick.
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that.
We can check with the blade.
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Then where's my congratulations? If I remove the blade, I'll be armed. If I check for a pulse, I know something's gonna happen. If I leave the blade in there, and she's not dead, then she'll be armed. Let's just
Yes, exactly. It's over.
go. Done exactly what the narrator said this time. You can't possibly be mad at me if anything goes wrong.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
The graphics are more wavy than they used to be.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
You don't get to narrate my feelings, dude. Yeah, that's bullshit. Let me out of here. Get a better ending for safety. You know what? I was kind of hoping for a better ending. Fine. You're right. I did say that. Do what the narrator says. So just...
I'm so glad you're keeping an open mind.
Even if he is a prick.
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Famous last words.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
I've never been happier. You're right about that. For this game, I think it should be moved. Oops. Not that one. That one. There we go. Let's put me way up there and put this up there. I've never been happier.
Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. Yeah, didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
Yes. Because you're the last person I talk to. No, we're happy. I'm
Really?
sure of it.
Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices' pleas fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist.
Shift.
Happy. Forever.
I did it. We can end early. Good night, everyone. Yeah, right. Oh, wait. Actual credits? Yay! Let's go. We did it. All we had to do was just think happy thoughts. Is it just me, or does that, even the applause, sound kind of empty? It's her! It's, Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hit the UI by... hide the UI by hitting H. Nah. Explore, join the Discord, join the mailing list, go to subreddit, follow us somewhere else. Somewhere else. Make your playlist, play your other game, return to main menu. Well, shoot. That really was it. I guess we just... new game. Abby. The artist was...
You're on a path
Abby
in the
something.
woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Abby.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
And now we know what happens if we do slay her. Properly. She's going to end the world because she's locked up. But this is kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can someone else do this? What kind of attitude should I take for this one? Sweet, I've always wanted an Alpha Monarch. Viva la Revolution!
That's the spirit.
Yeah. Abby Howard.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
She was on a game show called Strip Search, hosted by Penny Arcade, several years ago. I think she won, actually. No, she didn't win, but she got close.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Go down.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a
Same as last
staircase
time.
faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
It's because I picked up the knife. That's why she somehow knows I picked up the knife. That's why she sounds dangerous instead of helpless.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I've never used this option before. Just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you call me. I'm here to kill you. Yeah, I'm gonna be a smartass this time.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I don't think I've ever dropped the blade after she told me to. Try that.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
I might have.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
He seems rather upset about the unarmed part.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
A what? Let's see. Yeah, it's a pretty awkward relationship. You coming on to me? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're gonna end the world. What do you have to say about that? Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I have my reasons. Do you think it'd just kill me to kill someone without even knowing why? That'd be ridiculous.
And yet you hesitated the moment you saw me. And you dropped your knife. If killing me was really that important, you'd have a little more gumption, don't you think?
Hey, Sanji Cat, welcome to my first live stream.
So, someone put you up to this, right? And whoever it is, it's probably the same someone who shoved me into this dark pit and chained me to a wall.
What, the narrator?
That's a fair question. Who chained her in this basement, and if she's so dangerous, how did they manage to trap her? And why have we been left to do their dirty work?
All fair questions.
Don't give away the game, and don't let her distract you. That's exactly what she wants.
Give away the game? We've already told it.
I'm right, aren't I? So who put you up to this?
The narrator. I don't even have the option to rat him out. Chat is covering the dialogue. Ah. Technically, I'm covering the dialogue. Wait, no. There's options in... Options are up here, her stuff is over here, and then the narrator and my voices are down here. I am the dialogue. Let's see, what if I move the chat down here? And move myself way down there. Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of the bot, to be honest. There's the answer. I'll just stream in the 4th dimension. All the overlays in different timelines. So all you have to do is become a 5th dimensional being and look at everything from the top down. Yes, Taco, that's very true. Now, if only OBS would release their new patch for 5th dimensional streaming. Come on, guys, get with it. Thanks, Taco. Alright. So who put me up to this? Let's just say there's people out there who think you're gonna end the world. What do you say about that? It's really hard for me not to adopt a British accent to match the narrator and the other voices in my head. How heavy can you do air quotes? Anyway.
Don't just tell her that.
What?
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
Honestly, it's more than I can say.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
What have you had to eat?
Just how long has she been down here?
Yeah.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Nope. What are you gonna do if I let you out of here? I was told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. The reason for keeping that information secret from me. No, if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them. Capitalized them. Sanji! With the spoilers. Speaking of trust, how can I trust you ever again? Broke my heart. Love you. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I am inclined to trust them. I think Violet, actually, you're closer to the truth.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
Where have I heard that before?
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
That face wins spoilers. Wouldn't that be a kick in the pants? Actually, I changed my mind. Stab. Wait, I don't have the blade. See? All I have is this really long, gnarled finger. You know what? I'm kind of liking this option, this dialogue. I wonder if I really
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Oh, don't doubt my imagination, pal. No
I'm
idea.
guessing you don't have the key.
Dude, the only object I've ever seen in my entire life, as far as I can tell, is a knife.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Wasn't there a window? Check upstairs, maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. If not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. Sure, let's look upstairs for
I'll
key.
be here.
Of course you will.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Deja vu, but who? Never mind.
Is someone else here?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Hi, let me out of
Your
here.
shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Of course they are.
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Is he here with us?
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Yeah, look, there is a window. Right up there. She can see the light of day. That's not being so pedantic. But also, why are there two chains and this one's broken?
Easier for whom?
Yeah, you tell him.
Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Can I jeet the chain? The Caheens? Yeah, let's just eat the chains.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Cut what?
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Sounds an awful lot like a threat. Which isn't really going... But, yeah.
Against your better judgment, You place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Damn, she...
You cut into her flesh.
Oh, shut up, Violet. What? No! No!
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
Yeah, I had no idea. Constant. Yeah, Itchy, tasty? What? What? Oh, God. And she just...
She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Look at those eyes, though.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
Was good.
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
It's more just a hand.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
You don't exist, man. What are you gonna do?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
That's not fair. And what the hell am I? You see this? What is that? Is that cloth? Is that feathers? Yes, they're raised on a diet high in fat, of course, so they probably taste rather sweet. I don't know. Raises a blade.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
That's what I said.
Watch me.
What? See?
Stop that.
Eat me.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Yeah, some lotion, manicure. I don't even want to think about what a pedicure might entail. Ugh.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
I was gonna be fine. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Oh, don't be like that.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Yeah. I think that's the farthest I've ever gotten, like, with the two of us actually...
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
I know, right?
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Is this darker than last time?
You're here to slay her.
So I get for messing with
If you don't, it
her.
will be the end of the world.
I didn't mess with her. The narrator, he has some kind of a power. This has already happened. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
He's so sure of himself.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Wait, we had the voice of the hero, and now we got the voice of the Should I be writing this down? You got the voice of the skeptic now.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Yeah.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
I mean, you can disagree with the truth, but that's up to you, bud. Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really already happened. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
It does.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
He's technically not wrong.
The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess.
He's technically correct, which is the best kind of correct.
You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
Professional what? Professional what? I don't remember being mean to the narrator, but I did try to free her.
Sure you are.
Yeah, I like this guy. Voice of the skeptic, let's go.
Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Well, do you remember any consequences, bud?
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Have I ever rolled my sweater? Not No, not technically. But I suppose if I put it in the dryer, then it will roll. But it's gonna be a crit.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Rigged D20? How dare you, sir? Besides, I'm the DM. Whatever that means. Do you people like I told you she
What
would?
a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
Exactly. And that is skepticism for all we know. Because we don't know. We have no evidence.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are.
Certain inevitable threat. Why can't he be clear? That's why I don't trust you.
You're talking in circles.
This guy gets it.
No, I'm talking in facts.
Let's talk about this, Princess.
Just be quick about it.
The only reason she was even able to kill me last time is because I let her. And all she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to end the world? Or, who locked her in the basement? Yeah, let's turn this back onto the narrator. Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Don't That's exactly what a manipulator would say. Wait, face layer. Why is this falling at me? Wait, didn't I ask that question already? He just kind of dodged it last time, didn't he? Yeah, this is more specific to this playthrough, so I'll go with that. The only reason she was able to kill me last time is because I let her. And all she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust me. Why doesn't he tell us more?
You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right?
Yes, my man.
What proof could you possibly ask for?
Anything. How am I supposed to know what qualifies as proof? I don't know what you've got. Let's fucking go, skeptic.
Literally anything.
Yes.
Fine. Check your pockets.
All I've got's a gnarly finger. Leave your pockets unchecked. I wonder what happens if I go through this and I'll just say, no, it's okay, never mind. Let's check.
Put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front.
What the hell? That's not sus at all, right?
Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
That's not the way I write.
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting?
There you go.
I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
Don't believe that last part. Right? It's like that permit that says I can do what I want. Thank you, Ron.
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to?
Yes.
Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk.
I don't even have to say anything. The voice of the skeptic is... That's my voice. He's the voice of me.
I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know.
That's
Going
not
into
for you to
more detail
decide.
just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
That's the second time he's accused of overcomplicating. Everything you need to know, I decide what I need to know. Right, guys? Come on. Whatever.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to trust me here.
I know it sounds like I'm trying to hide something. That's only because I'm hiding quite a lot. Come on, dude. Alright, Low Sodium. Thanks for joining in. Wait. That was him? right, whatever. Alright, one more question. If people locked her away, why didn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
Right, because I'm the one with the gnarly finger. See?
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
That's an argument to incredulity and doesn't amount to evidence.
Yes, right. We're here because we're special. Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
Ticking clock? She's been locked in there for ages, right? She's been locked in there so long without seeing another soul that we don't even know what she's been eating to stay alive. Give me a break. Yeah, that's right. That's why we're special. We're the only ones with the claws that can grasp the knife. Fine.
Great.
That's all.
Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Baited? The etymology of that word is not what I thought it was. Turn around and leave? Nah, let's go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
I believe I know what happens if I turn around and leave. Because on my VOD, on my YouTube channel, I did that. And it was kind of interesting, but ultimately unfulfilling.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud?
Yes! You can click to skip the VO, by the way. But then I would miss gems like that.
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Voice of the skeptic he's got jokes, y'all.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Gotta say though, heck yeah, I gotta say though, the what do you call it? The narration, the dialogue is pretty good. I might have to steal some of this stuff from my D&D campaign. Yeah, this did not look like made of cinder blocks from the outside.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to.
Yeah, it is. According to the credits, all the male VO is by one dude. And he didn't mention the mirror. Oh hey, you didn't say anything about the mirror. This whole cabin is different last time. Yeah, whole cabin's different.
Very different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely. Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
I might have to see if I can turn off my Steam notifications. Because now, we all know that you're playing Wargroove. say anything about the mirror? Yeah.
Definitely did not. Does a mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should.
There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
It's right there. For you guys. Yeah. It's right there. Look, I'm touching it with my gnarled old talon. Yeah.
I think you know what we have to do.
Why would you lie about that? What's the
Exactly.
point?
Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Preening, I'm not a... Wait, am I some kind of a bird person? Am I a Kenku? Maybe those are feathers. Approach the mirror. What if we take the blade first? That's right. Is there promise for a reward? Am I a corvid of some type? A mercenary crow, perhaps? Let's approach the mirror. I don't want to miss my chance to do so.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Maybe he doesn't see the mirror. Maybe he's not actually lying about it.
You reach forward and rub
Look
your
at me.
hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
You know how ridiculous you... To whom? Dick? There's nobody watching. That definitely looks like bird-like, scales. Pretty sure I'm some kind of a crow. Or some kind of corvid. Perhaps a crow. Maybe a raven. Or a magpie.
But it was there a second ago.
And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
No, you're a jackdaw. Oh! That's one of my favorite birds. Slightly below crows, of course. But jackdaws are cool. Alright, what you think? Take the blade with us? Or don't take the blade with us? Nah, no blade. Alright.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
You can't just...
Are you sure? She killed us with it last time. What if she turns it against us again?
Yeah, if I take the blade down there, let's be adding a weapon to the situation.
Yes, I'm sure. And I've already got a plan for that.
Oh, do you?
Still with those past life delusions, are we? I hope part of that plan is don't give the world-ending monstrosity your only weapon. Because unless you've decided to arm the princess, I don't think you need to worry about her having a weapon.
No, I think we're totally gonna disarm her.
Peachy. We'll be fine.
Alright, Skeptic, he's gone a little bit off the rails, I think.
Okay. I'm trusting you.
Yeah, but I'm the will. Hey, don't I get to stay here? What's the big idea?
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Call it a reflex?
Wonderful. You do exactly that, sweeping the knife from the table before proceeding to the basement.
Son of a...
Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it.
You got a point.
No, you don't have to do anything, but you do
That's
well
right.
to use it regardless. Moving on.
even the voices
The
in
door
my
to the
head.
basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Skeptic just has my back. Yeah, I mean, he'd have to because he's in here too. But the thing is, I'm supposed to be the will of the body, and they're just the voices. But the narrator can take control, the voices can take control. This is getting too existential, y'all. I do like the torches though. And the narration, like the dialogue, the imagery and the words. It's beautiful.
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Ace controlled.
Does she remember us?
Yes. The sound, music.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
There were 4 chains. What's that? Why are there 4 chains? What would that be for? A tail?
So much for cutting her out of here.
Yeah.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Thank you. Man, the voice in my head is really in my head.
That was there last time too, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but it was like it had no, claspy bit.
It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Not unreasonable. Wish I could see how locked up she is. I'm just gonna leave her here. Oh, so tempted to take that option. But I have questions. Kinda wanna just sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Why does she sound so reasonable?
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
I swear I haven't played through these parts before. Everything I've seen is on my VOD, on VOD number 1 on my YouTube. Huh. Can I make her uncomfortable by sitting closer? I can, but should I? Let's be reasonable. Just sit here.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
It is reading my mind. My intentions? What do you mean? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened after I died last time? This right here is my question. That's what I really want to know. What would you have me do? Bye. It's the name of the game. Woo. So I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. The chain on the wall. What's that about?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Yeah, right.
Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Ambulatory. That's a $5 word. Let's inspect the shack.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh. Lowering his voice.
And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is? And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate. But what if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am.
Inspect the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad.
It's so bad it stopped the music.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
I knew it. I should have said it out loud. I knew it.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Become your own jailer. And it's just out of reach.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
Not so
What are we
funny.
supposed to do now? Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
We'll die of dehydration long before that.
That's horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information. Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch? No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Wait, that's not the end? Wait in silence. Did you know that this was going to happen?
No.
Oh, bullshit.
Yep.
So we're both stuck here. Yep. Is it really... That one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
What should we do now? Yep. Yep. Nope. Wait
You
in
and the
silence.
princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
But
Your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
if time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
It's getting darker. Hey, have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
This is relevant.
Still rude. You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
Yeah.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Maybe it's the shack. Well...
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass.
What is she eating?
Until suddenly, there are no walls. And then... And...
I think he's gone.
There, it's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Does that count? That's... We didn't make it out of the cabin. The cabin...
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
feels a lot like nothing. You know, the nothing.
Ooh.
But you don't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away and has left something else in her stead.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
You walked away from the cabin. Yeah. She went, I don't know how many people were looking for her. The narrator is gone.
It is. Does that mean the world ended?
I mean,
It must have. Do any of us know what the world ending is supposed to look like?
that's the first thing you said that was not skeptic. You can't say it must have.
If there's even a her to find anymore.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
It's not awful, it's just a mirror. I think we're supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
At least he's honest. Well, let's approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Oh, we're doing it. Mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's so dark. Are these... It's you? Yeah, it's me. But like... I don't seem very bird-like. Those feathers? Tufts of fur? Do I have a beak? Or do I just look like Deadpool? You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. Ooh. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
It's like last time. Do you know the narrator? What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I am a person.
A person. A set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person.
So many questions.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
That's right, I asked her that last time.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
And all the hands. She is the hands. Right. But wait. She took over the princess. They took the... And I got here without hands. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me.
No shit.
I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What a thing to tell someone. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna attack. Because I'm pretty sure I know what happens if I select any of these dialogue options. I'm going to attack. Because I don't think I've done that before. Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
I thought we were oceans reduced to creeks. Fine, tell me about the gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart.
A clever heart. Oceans reduced to creeks. Clever heart.
Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Yep, don't bother feeding the dead. They're not hungry. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Cool.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Dude, I didn't forget when I was killed, okay?
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Bring me more perspectives that I may be whole. So she's playing a roguelike, and I'm the character. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Fair. How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
Everything. I was sent to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Let it be. And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow.
Okay. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
But you're gonna make me forget everything. How does that work?
You won't.
What? Oh! Everything goes dark and you die. Bring the prisoner to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
And that's the whole point of streaming, in my opinion. This is frustrating. Have I been streaming for an hour and a half already? For such a simple game, it really is engaging.
You're here to slay her.
If you don't, it'll be the end of the world. Bring me more perspectives. Like what I was doing before. Like Regicide run, or just be a smartass. Do I get some kind of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Sweet. Keep doing what you're doing. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
Who says I'd kill one of
If
them?
anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Yo, shots fired! Shots fired! This dude's savage as hell. Whoa. Damn. Evidently, yeah, we hate monarchies around here. Can't someone else do this?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Forget it. I'm not doing this.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No, you have to do it.
Make me. Wait, he can. Kinda. Might make me eat my words. Hey. Can you tell me what prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
You have no idea what I can imagine. But that's usually what people say when they're just planning to kill you in the end anyway. Dick. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Hey.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
As long as you're not conflating one with the other. Let's turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Yeah, that way. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just
That might be true.
quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Then again, anything I do is another perspective.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
It's my voice.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Okay, I'm going into the cabin.
That's great
Sheesh.
to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly. A warning before you go any further.
Wait, I'm supposed to be bringing the hand thing princess perspectives and not my perspective?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying.
Don't believe what she
Fortunately,
says.
she's only a princess, whereas
It'll be
you,
easy.
we can't just go through with this and listen to him. She's a princess. We're
I'm
supposed
supposed to save him, not slay him. Yeah, let's go. Gnarly hand.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Yep,
The air
like
is
last time.
blade is your implement.
Yep. Let's go in without the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open,
Probably doing
revealing
our
a
favor.
staircase. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
See? This time, she doesn't know she knows I don't have the blade, and she's playing coy, making me think she's all weak and stuff.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear
Yeah,
once
yeah,
to
he's in love.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I have to assume that she does, because the only differences so far is that if I go in armed, she speaks very sternly, but then when I go in unarmed, she's very like, you know, maiden to be rescued type. What is the term? Hi. No. Let's just go down without saying anything.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot right.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Oh yeah. I'll see what I can do. Let's get up
Only
close
making
personal.
this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, you're doing the right thing.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
Except through
They
the
wouldn't
window
have
above
just
her.
left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
What if there's the key? Do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
Oh, she looks so innocent.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She just gives that to us like, you know.
She offers the suggestion with almost
As one does.
complete nonchalance.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
Fair enough.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
It's a wooden door.
You
No
make
knife
your
this
way to
time.
the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom?
Yeah.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Dude, what the...
Or we could use it to free her.
She's already...
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Dude.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against
I
the
thought she was
ragged,
already-
self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
So she got
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
the narration. Blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
This is not the same person as on my VOD
Thank you.
playthrough.
Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches
Damn
the
it.
bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
I hadn't even picked up the blade. Wait, no, I did. I could. They didn't give me a choice. Is this how it happens every time?
Wait, this isn't fair.
Even
You
if-
can't just do that.
Even if I vary my options a little bit, it always just kind of funnels into one of.
Watch me.
Watch me.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? She's still got blood on her mouth. What do you mean, just watch? Alright, what do you think? Warn her? Slay her? Warn.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Yep.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held
What?
low, ready to sink into her heart.
Wait, if she's on the stairs above me, how have I blade low? Ready to...
But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Yeah, but somehow I don't know. It's already different because she's trying to face you. This is true.
The blade. Move the blade.
No!
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Still got a bit of schmutz on there, honey.
We both know this isn't you.
True. I don't even know what the hell I am.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Resisting the narrator, that's what I'm doing.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Whoa, why would you skip straight to that?
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Sorry for what? Stabbing me or not doing it right?
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
That's 4 stabs, in case you're keeping track. How offended the narrator sounds? Yeah, it's like he's taking this personally.
I'm sorry.
They animated the whole thing. I'm sorry. Oh man, I need that as like an animated, like an emoji, just stabbing. I'm sorry. Oh man, this is gruesome. I shouldn't be laughing.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
No. Let's see, was it 4, 3, 7 stabs now, and I'm in the chest, and I'm just sitting there like, ow.
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound. It won't be long before you bleed out.
Oh, for real, Constant. My face when I'm doing an evil character running an RPG, you're like, I don't want to do this! But this is how I get more achievements in gameplay.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
As her tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. Man, who wrote this?
It can't just end like this, right?
Wrong.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
Everything goes dark and you die.
Everything goes dark and you die.
Have I hit chapter 3?
You're on a path in the woods.
Bless me.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
It's darker, the wind is howling more, and he even sounds a little bit more, you know.
You're here to slay her.
Is there a chapter 3?
If you don't, it will be the end.
End of the world. Right, as far as my character knows, this is because they made me forget everything. Ooh, I like this one. Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time.
Yeah, and how are you talking to me? You don't exist.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Voice of the Smitten. New voice, alright.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Voice of the Simp.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
He sounds an awful lot like the pig from Unenchanted. And yeah. It's not wrong about Voice of the Simp. I mean, Smitten. So what else really did happen? Let's just proceed to the cabin.
A warning. Before she will lie.
She'll lie.
We
Don't
already
trust her.
told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
Can I just have the skeptic back? Can we trade? Like baseball? No?
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
That's rich, considering it's the same voice actor.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Yes, at least he's honest. That's... apparently it's a commodity here.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Don't listen to the voices arguing with themselves in your head. You just ignore them. Because you're not crazy. And we shall proceed.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Excuse me. Oh, I'm directing that right to my mic, aren't I?
The blade is your implement.
Yes, we know. You didn't say anything about the mirror. if I take the blade, I'm just gonna go straight to the basement and bypass the mirror, aren't I? So let's just approach the mirror without saying anything about it.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Oh, I can take the blade and then go to the mirror? Well, too late now. Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look.
Did he call it a cabin? It's not a cabin, it's made of stone.
But there was a mirror a second ago.
Yeah, it's
and
gone
now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
It must be macaroni, you know. Well, let's just take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
Yep.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us again.
Yeah, for the third
There's
time.
no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
Uh-huh.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
If the princess does live here, slaying her would be doing her a favor. Right?
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Son of a bitch! For real, dude? Look at this place. Yeah, I called it. On camera this time.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Alright, my prior theory is dashed. I took the blade, and she's still being very nice. Or gentle, or whatever.
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Can I turn the blade on myself? Cut the voice out, maybe?
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes, moderation, thank you. Being reasonable and all that.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
No dialogue options this time, just...
You know she can't hear you, right?
Shit, really?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Self-lobotomy. Yep. Just go right up there and just cut out the part that...
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Back!
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
She also said come back, as in from the previous time.
And she called us a hero.
Oh, now she's got him on her side.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Yes, we got him! Can't ignore it this time, dude.
That's right, villain. and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her.
Yeah.
It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
At least her right hand, because that one was cut off before she picked up the knife.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion.
He knows.
I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done.
He already knew.
What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
He hoped he'd be the first. So are we in like multiple timelines, a multiverse? For every world there's a narrator and a princess and a whatever I am with the voices of heroes and whatnot. And in every universe they have to slay the princess. He knew. Wouldn't tell us. And he knows about the other, but he's not communicating with the other universes. And even if they are parallel, now we're forward in time. It's getting heavy.
We damned a whole world. But everything reset.
Not quite.
Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever.
Want to bet?
Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Incomprehensible. Again, he won't tell us what kind. All we know is that, like, we get thrown into a nothingness. Maybe that's the void between the worlds. Maybe the world's fine. Who the hell knows?
Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do
your job. You killed me last time, and it hurts a lot. Why'd you do that? Damn it, Nope, I will not adopt the narrator's accent. To cut you out again, I really didn't care for that last time. Ah! Last time the narrator said we had kept you to a point is extremely unfair. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
No, honey. But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Yikes.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
It's a question. Honestly, the world sucks. People are a plague, and I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to them all. Let's see. No? I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
That's not...
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
For once, I'm actually on the narrator's side.
Not so sure.
You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why'd you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Negative?
Did we?
No!
We
Why?
warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
Yeah, very impressionable. With accents. How do you think I got so good at voicing characters for our D&D sessions? She made the best decision for her. I mean, we're the only two living beings that we've ever seen. So... Sorry about what happened last time. The narrator sent me here to kill you, took over my body. It's extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
This is a vastly different version of the princess than what I saw in my first playthrough. Like, she was mean, monstrous.
She took that in stride, to a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect.
Okay, we're about to get off the chain here.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
How did I not consider that? Maybe she's got a narrator in her head too. Maybe she's got a voice of the smitten and whatnot.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
'Cause you're special, right? Just like I'm special? Just like she's special? Mm-hmm.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
Could you at least try to sound slightly concerned?
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Then why wouldn't she do that? And what's with that second chain?
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Okay, that was actually a cogent point made by the narrator. If she's fine with anything, then we can just go ahead and, slip a blade in. I mean, if I try to free her, the narrator's just gonna step in again. So, she said anything we come up with, so let's just do it.
Blade in hand, you run the princess down.
You'll be able to free her. Fuck! Now you tell me.
Wait, no! You barbarian, what do you think you're doing? But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and press on. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as you approach, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you. Your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
Pathetically? You dick! Can you...
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
She's not turning on me this time.
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not you.
going to die now. I think that's what you want.
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved.
Slain
Thank
innocent.
you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult.
Shit. Really?
I feel sick.
Eat me. Constant.
Sick? You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived.
The only one,
And
as
you
far as you
really
know.
feel sick? I, for one, am absolutely distraught, grief-stricken, inconsolable.
Take the dagger and just...
You'll get over it.
Ow.
You just saved everyone. Get over it? You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for. We might as well just end it all.
You heard metal, right? I heard metal slipping.
You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? You absolutely do not do that. Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and... Rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
If that's what you want to do, let's see what happens.
What? No, let's not do that. You won't use your fancy reverse psychotherapeutics on me, murderer. We're dying together right now. All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstiflable. Haven't you? Haven't you all? I don't believe this.
Have at us. Trigger one.
What?
Well,
What
wait.
don't you believe? You plunge the blade into your own heart and collapse to the floor. You can't be serious. Why are you helping him? I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry. That's right. You're all sorry. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh. Let's go?
You're on a path in the woods. You horrid monster.
Oh, for fuck's
Do you
sake.
think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath.
Ross.
She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her.
Voice of the cold. Wait, he said we're on a path in the woods. There's no trees.
You killed her, and so I killed you.
So we're even. We're square.
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job. I'm still here.
Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in remorse.
I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
It's our third. What gave it away?
Your open discussions. I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now. With each passing moment, our relationship may be damaged even further, though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent. And if it is permanent, then what? You'll kill us again?
Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement.
Don't provoke him. I'd prefer if we didn't die again. I'm not fond of dying. Why not? You've already done it twice. It was unpleasant. It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant.
I'll make you feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And mark my words, you won't like it when it happens.
Oh, how exciting. I'd love to see you try.
Can I? Well, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to actually do it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I am too.
Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess is not dead, and that her very existence currently poses a direct threat to the entire world.
What woods? We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. It wasn't different last time. What happens if we don't go to the cabin? I'm the one in charge here, and if we slay her again, you're not going to make us kill ourselves. Is that clear? Ourself? Whatever happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. We might as well see this through. I'm done with this. Bye. Yeah, it's different. We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. It wasn't different last time.
If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time.
Wait. But if her influence is spreading, that means there's hope. That means our beloved is waiting up there for us, ready to make amends.
What? Woods?
Yes, I already told you that she's alive. Don't mind him. I don't think he's doing too well.
I'm doing better than any of you. I'm doing great. She's alive.
No shit.
Influence doesn't require life.
Technically.
But if things restarted, why wouldn't she be alive? Who said they restarted? All they've done is changed.
I shan't listen to the vile mutterings of you serpents. Onward! Our living, breathing princess awaits us.
What happens if we don't go to the cabin?
She'll find a way out eventually and the world will still end. The only way this resolves is if you find her and slay her before that happens.
Again he makes her out to be a monster. I'm tired of all this slander.
He didn't technically say
She's never
monster.
hurt anyone in her life except for us.
He didn't say
and that
she
was
was
our
going to
fault.
hurt anyone. He said she was going to cause the world to end.
We don't know that. She could have done all sorts of things we weren't around to see. Turn
Also
around and
technically true.
leave, go to the cabin. I'm fine with either. So long as we don't just do the same thing again. That would be boring.
I'm done with this. Bye.
You can't run from your consequences forever. One way or another, you'll have to face what you've done.
Let's see what we can find. It's bound to be more interesting than doing the same thing over again.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up at the cabin, but everything is getting fuzzy.
What's going on? Where are we? I don't
Nowhere.
know. But it feels like home.
Of course, oblivion is what we deserve.
Huh, so the narrator can't just turn me around again. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. Oh, it's different this time. There is a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds, undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. Again?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
But this doesn't look like the first chapter one.
You're here to slay her.
If you don't, it's the end of the world. Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. A warning. Before you go any, she will
She'll
lie.
lie.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess.
Ignore him. He doesn't.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely. The blade is your implement.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase.
She really does live
her
here. We're doing a
voice
favor.
carries up the.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Don't let it
She
fool you.
knows. Say nothing.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the prince.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
It's so odd. It automatically acting her voice. Of course I am. It's so odd that it almost feels like it's appropriate for her to be reacting that way because I just killed her. Steel your nerves and step forward. Yep,
You
say
step
nothing.
forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed.
I'm not dropping the blade. Maybe I should talk this time.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Squint at the princess while holding onto the blade.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back.
Did you see her eyes? She actually squinted back.
The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
I've done it forever before. Wait, that sounds weird. But I've been through 2 forevers. Squint at the princess even harder.
You squint even harder. So does she.
At least nobody's dying right now.
You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, Someone is going to have to blink.
Slay.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Man, that sound is meant to represent the pain.
Holy shit, that hurts!
Yeah.
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
Equal footing? I'm on the floor! I don't have any footing.
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
And why is she so strong?
We can still turn this around.
Can we? Let's see what happens if I give up.
Are you serious? As internal bleeding sets in, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering to the ground uselessly. You lacked the will to finish the job, your bruised and broken body falling to its knees before her. The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you. This is the end, isn't it?
Everything goes dark.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She plants her foot on your chest and pushes you onto your back, the air leaving your lungs in a heavy puff. And then she brings her knee to your throat. She leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess, shattering your windpipe and leaving you starved for breath.
It's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
But I did. You and I sat like almost forever.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Bro, really got stepped on by the princess. Nicely done. Chapter 2, the tower. Wait.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Is Chapter 2 always named the tower?
You're here to slay her.
If you don't, it'll be the end of the world. But I died. What am I doing here? She's gonna kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Oh, blow some more smoke up my ass. See, I hadn't caught that before. Each chapter 2 is different. Probably every chapter... There are probably different chapter 1s, too. Now to think about it. Oh. So we're not just like in a time loop. This really is... The princess I waited forever with was given to the hands.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's... You know I can hear you, right? What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her.
Voice of the broken.
She's just going to kill us again.
Man. Let's see. We've had the voice of the hero, the cold, the skeptic. I liked him. The smitten, didn't much like him. I think I've seen the voice of the lost as well.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult.
Yeah, I know. Proceed to the cabin.
Oh, she will lie. We might as well
know.
just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Honestly...
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
That's why your name is the Broken?
You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
Honestly, what I need to do is get her outside, and then her experiences will be added to the hands.
I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please, try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
Or overcomplicate things? Ya dick?
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
Oh, God. So defeatist.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Wait, what? That's not the only way, huh? But this was chapter 1, how is it so different? Wait, it's not time loops. Different. Larger, more grandiose than atomic stars. You know shit. The other furniture is known as massive marble altar with pristine blades perched at its edge. Right, thanks for the reminder. This is chapter 2.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small?
Yeah, I was wondering that.
We don't feel small. We are small.
Oh. I better get an option to smack that voice of the Broken. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I guess it would be 2023, wouldn't it? Because this game was made last year. Yeah. And now approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Excuse me.
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Oh my god. Oh, pity me. Alright, let's just go to the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below.
Huh?
For a moment, you almost feel at ease. Huh. This is actually kind of nice.
Hey.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Wow. Dick.
Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Her what? Her booming voice?
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
No, we're gonna turn around.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Right, because he's gonna be a sycophant.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude?
Yes.
Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions.
Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
I think that the incense might actually just be opium making us just,
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
Yeah, we're gonna be looking up at the princess, and she's gonna be some kind of a dragonish thing. Let me guess, it's not actually incense, it's smoke coming out of her nostrils. Is she gonna be a wyvern type or proper dragon type? Only real question is 2 legs or 4? I'm hoping it's 4, just to make things interesting.
The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
Did not see that coming. Wow, look at the perspective on the chain.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
Maybe for you to put your feet on the ground? Y'all see this shit?
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity.
Hear that? We're charming.
Drop it.
She whooped our ass last time. And last time she was subject to the laws of gravity. And we were roughly equal size, although, you know what? Yeah, let's just drop it. We're gonna go with the broken on this one.
The blade slips from your fingers
and
clatters uselessly to the floor. We didn't have to do that. And yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
But we are in her presence. What does that even mean? Never mind, we're not with the broken on this one.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Sure.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now,
wait!
Why don't we talk?
When she said little bird, she didn't mean figuratively. We are a bird. Which makes this an appropriate game for my first stream.
The last time we met, you tried to kill me. And here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed.
Yeah, it was catastrophic. I mean, we died.
What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
We came down with a knife, dude. You're supposed to end the world.
You weak-willed buffoon.
Eat me.
Is that so?
The princess closes her eyes in contemplation.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations.
It's actually kind of close to what the sub-ghouls overlapping her face. Well, let's just turn that off.
It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
I don't mind being called Little Bird.
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help her. Maybe she'll be nice to us.
Oh, I get options. What would you have me do? What do you have planned? Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. Well, I think she kind of wants to. I have questions for you before I decide to do anything. What I would do after I died? Not gonna have you end the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I can't let you do that. I'm yours to command. What happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
I'm just intensely curious. I gotta know what happens if I pledge myself to her.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
I'm doing what I want, alright?
All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
You're right about that. So many thirsty things right now. This is true. This is true. There are so many. This is a thirst trap right here. What is she though? What is what is my character? What kind of a bird person am I? And why is she like this? I don't even know what to call that.
No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
Oh God, again, you're really gonna...
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me.
Is she gonna attack the narrator? Directly?
Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Dude, behind her. But this way. Behind her. Let me move. Let me just hide the chat for a minute. Look at that. The stained glass window is all the hands. Isn't that interesting?
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I
don't care what you are. You're mine.
The time of the grifting approaches. The gifting. time of the gifting approaches.
Rise, my little bird.
Okay.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade. All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Break chains.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
Any more thirsty comments? Plenty. What happens? What happens now?
Nothing. And then, everything.
Let's go. I don't like the... That achievement was called Submit to Your Better, or something. So belittling. But you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
The end for you, but not for me? Wait, why wouldn't he remember? Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not for me. It's a weird thing to say, but let's say it.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. This is what we all deserve, isn't it?
Let's go. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The bloat. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Alright, last one. Wait, what? You are at the cabin. Approach her.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me with her?
Huh.
But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete.
Wait, really? I'll have to figure out how you can do that, because I would love to get that.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
let's read these out. Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed? What does it feel like to change like this? When this is all done, you know what you want to do? You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you. You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why? That's what I would naturally ask. What do you want me to bring you next time? Do you have any thoughts on this vessel? I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be. What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them. How many more vessels do I need to bring you? I'm ready to go back, or destroy your body. I want to try destroying my body. Yeah. Oi! You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all, despite that horrible sound. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Don't touch. No touchy. Really? I really can't. What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
So I tell her I'm going to kill her, and she says, "Oh, maybe I'll kill you. Maybe we won't." The hands are so tiny to her. Yeah, at this point. And the mirror had told me that I had grown. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Nice. Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Fine. You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Fair. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart.
Don't like the sound of that.
Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
That's for sure. What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Yeah, this one is dominance, and yes, she won't tell me what to do. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective.
You really should see someone about that.
You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Remember one time when my waters were shallow and murky? I had to take antibiotics for weeks. What does that mean? Her and the tower are not exactly the same thing. What are you talking about? What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection.
They hands too. They close in with hands, like 6 of them.
Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
So every choice I make in interacting with the princess is navigating a multiverse of timelines, and my choices send me down different timelines to find different versions of the princess, and those are the versions I'm collecting to bring to this. Is that how this is going?
It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
If it sounds like I know what I'm talking about, I don't. That's not quite correct, as far as I know. More info will come later with time. Sure will, narrator. So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Can I ask what all the hands are about? They're probably just a metaphor for a being grasping at experience. When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Alright.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
How much time?
We will meet again.
How? Everything goes dark and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I'm thinking about calling it for the night. I've seen a lot. 3 hours is a pretty good length for a first stream. Yeah. Let's see. Q is quick save. No, I just click on it. Quick save was complete. And we exit. Are you sure you want to quit? No, really. But yeah. Yeah, I'll meet you in Discord. All right. Well, that is an intense game. I see a lot of people in chat, although no one else has been chatting. But just in case there are people in chat, thanks for stopping in. I'll see you next time.